What's up, guys? This is Trent from Our Metal Craft. Today we're going to be going over how to do a dragon scale forged twist pattern. We're going to do a couple different variations. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. So let's get into it. So we're going to do these on railroad spikes today. So, get a decently straight railroad spike. If you have something like this, it's not going to turn out as good. Get yourself 3 relatively nice straight railroad spikes, and you're good. All right, so you got your railroad spikes. Safety first. So, I'm never one for a guard. For the sake of this video, I'll put a guard on it. Unplug your grinder when you're changing your cutoff wheels. Angle grinder is going to be our main tool of creation and destruction today. Cutoff wheel, a bench grinder, and a forge. And a wrench to twist. I think that's really all you need to get this one done. And safety gear. So,
it doesn't matter who we are.
Yeah, so the main thing is cutoff wheels, depending what your cutoff wheel is. Most likely it's made out of some fiberglass stuff that you're not going to want to breathe. That's why I got this, to protect my lungs. The jacket is just to get those little cutoff wheel fragments from sticking in your arms and making you itchy later. You don't need it, but I would recommend it. And then face shield and safety glasses. And you should be good. You should be good. If you are at all competent with a grinder, you should be good. If you're not, then go find another video on how to get familiar with using an angle grinder first, which is super obvious. Like, unplug it when you change the wheel, but when you cut, you always want it roosting so it wants to go. Look at that. It wants to run away. It's running away from you. When it binds, it goes that way. If you're cutting upside down like this, and it's roosting towards you, if it binds, it's gonna mess you up. That's it. Okay, back to the project at hand. Now this one's fairly simple. There's not a lot of prep work. We're gonna take a block and just go ahead and give ourselves some lines all the way around. That way we have a reference point for our stopping and starting when we're scoring our lines with the angle grinder in a second. All right, in the bottom, we're not going to do anything on the bottom because that's where we're going to be clamping into our vise, and we're not going to do anything on the top because that is where our twisting tool is going to lock in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Honestly, I've had some where they come off really off center. It looks unique, like a unique little ribbon. Just doing that to give myself something to follow. Like you can see, it's gonna look good. We're gonna roll with it. Time to start cutting. All right, and one thing you want to be aware of as you're coming down cutting this line is you do not want to run into the head of the spike right here and put some lines up in there. So just be aware as you're going down. Watch what you're doing. I got real close on my line, so maybe put yours a little further back. We should have our spikes with some lines cut roughly down the center. Next, I can take them over here in the bench vise. All right. Hang out as much of it as I possibly can. That way, I'm able to come over here with the grinder and notch in at an angle. Let me show you that angle. Okay, so we're going to come through and just roughly, this would be 90. And this would be 45. We're going to come and do some 45 cuts. Where are we at? Right here. That's our cut. We're going to go into that groove we cut, and we're going to connect into that other groove we cut. We're not going to go further, and then we're going to notch all the way down. Those are our scales we're making right now. So yeah, most important thing, just try not to cut further and notch into that. If you do, whatever, don't worry about it. Right there, I was able to get, what, 1, 2, 3, like 5 notches. A lot of times I can only get like 4 notches before my grinder is now hitting the bench vise. So, what I do then is I'll come over and hang it out the back of the vise. And then, with it hanging out the back there, we're now freed up to get those last few cups in. So, I don't know where you're at, but brace yourself. For this one, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same thing on the opposing side. So we are going to flip it 180, put it on its back. Now that we have our notches cut and our opposing notches cut, the next thing I like to do is go down this center line again, pop it right back in, and rescore all the center lines. It's just really going to clean up the edges where all those notches tied in. And when we twist it, it's going to make it look that much better. And then on this next spike, we're going to do the same thing that we did in the other one. Vertical lines all the way around. We're going to score those notches, but instead of flipping it 180, we're going to flip it 90. Or flip it 180 and then flip it 90. It doesn't matter. Basically, you're going to score those notches down all 4 sides instead of 2. All right, now we got our lines cut and scored into our railroad spikes, and we've gone back through and deburred them. We are going to now deburr them on the bench grinder. You need to go through with the grinder and hit those verticals because the bench grinder is not going to knock out all those burrs, but it is going to do a good job going back after and cleaning up what we didn't get with that grinder. So, and now we have some nice clean lines ready to go to the forge. Hopefully you have a wire brush with some more wire on it than I do. Next we have the 4-sided dragon scale. All right, so at this point, we've got our dragon scale twist pattern. Now we just need to turn them into a functional object de art. So let me show you. For this, we're just going to use a 1/4 inch hard disk, 1/4 inch thick, conveniently is the same like thickness as a bottle cap. Oh, I recommend using a brand new cutoff wheel so it's crisp. And then we're gonna take this dude right in there. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna notch that. You can leave it at that if you want, or you can take if you were to take a new nice flap disc, too big. I mean, yeah, you can use it, you can finesse it, you can get that down. But all the used up ones, hard to reach areas. So that's what we're gonna do. Get us a nice little seat for that bottle when we go to pop it. Let's see, cut, notched, twisted. But all we got left is to polish it up and try it out. All right, class. There you have it. Really pretty simple. To go over it again, you have a point. Just rewind the video and watch it again. And that's how you do it. Let's go pop one. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this one. Thank you for being here. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you have any suggestions for maybe what we should make next time, feel free to leave those in the comments too. All right. Thanks, guys. Till next time.